G'day and welcome to ShiftOS 0.2.5 Dev Update. ShiftOS is a progressive single-player simulation game where you put in an operating system that was from the command line, and it's up to you to evolve it to GUI operating system full of programs, commands, and features. This version of ShiftOS is ShiftOS TheRevival, a version of ShiftOS that first is based on visualbasic.net and later evolved to C# and then hopefully to C++. ShiftOS TheRevival is open source on GitHub, which here is the webpage in the Microsoft Edge in GitHub. It is still developed actively mainly by me, Everything Windows, and so other people who also forked and watches the code as it evolves. In order to know what ShiftOS actually is, you need to go to the GitHub and let's see what is ShiftOS, the history of ShiftOS, and some frequently asked questions about ShiftOS TheRevival. ShiftOS is also available on itch.io starting from version 0.2.5 and progressively going to updating ShiftOS as you use it and as you explore it. ShiftOS is also available on YouTube. Here I uploaded both on Everything Windows and ShiftOS TheRevival YouTube channel in order to further orientate you as the viewer of Everything Windows and some of you who are still new to ShiftOS TheRevival. In summary, ShiftOS is a game about operating system based on Arch Linux by Philip Adams, also known as OS First Timer. After a few months of development until 0.0.8, development halted by Philip and handed over to someone else until 0.0.9 alpha version been released. After that, several iterations of ShiftOS has been made. One of the famous one is ShiftOS Next, which is made by Michael Ivanova Big, or also known as Acidic Light by now. And later on, a further, more explorable iteration of ShiftOS known as ShiftOS The Return, which is written in C# rather than Visual Basic, also led by Michael, which is known as Acidic Light by now, which is also now working on another game called Socially Distant. Other iterations also appeared to reconstruct ShiftOS from the beginning until it was randomly discontinued for some reason. And now, hopefully, with ShiftOS TheRevival, we are hoping that ShiftOS is still living through its spirit by all its story and by all its purposes and all its features and also its gameplay. So now, we are on version 0.2.5. As you can see in the GitHub, in order to install ShiftOS, the minimal requirement is Windows 7 with Microsoft.NET Framework 4.5 or higher has been installed, 512 MB of RAM, and 64 MB of free space. And with the recommended requirement as Windows 10 or newer, also Microsoft.NET Framework 4.5 or higher, 1 GB of RAM or higher, at least 1 GB of space or higher, and an active internet connection. In order to download ShiftOS, there are two ways. You can go to the GitHub and go to the releases and download the latest version available, which is at this case is 0.2.5. You can download the exe directly from github.com and it will download automatically within a few seconds because it only has 274 kilobytes of size, which is instantly has been downloaded. And also you can go to ShiftOS TheRevival itch.io and go to the download, and after that it will download ShiftOS TheRevival. ShiftOS also has a community Discord server where you can discuss all about ShiftOS starting from Philip's 0.0.x ShiftOS until the ShiftOS The Return and this one ShiftOS TheRevival. The link of all those stuff such as GitHub, the itch.io and the Discord server will be in the description. As of now, this Discord server doesn't really have that much member. It is only have 34 members, but you can help us by contributing to GitHub if you know coding in Visual Basic or possibly C#, Or if you want to translate it to other languages, you can maybe possibly in the future by applying an application in the ShiftOS TheRevival Discord server. And if you just want to share the gameplay and stuff, you can join the ShiftOS TheRevival Discord server. All the links will be in the description. As you can see, I have ShiftOS right here has been downloaded, and it is an executable file, but the program itself will check the update progressively if there is a new version of ShiftOS. So we can double click easily on ShiftOS TheRevival 0.2.5. There it is. We got to the main menu of ShiftOS 0.2.5. Please note that this version of ShiftOS until versions 1.0.0 still have things to improve, things to add, and things to change. Everything including the gameplay of ShiftOS is subject to change. There are two modes, the story mode and free roam mode. The story mode takes place in the original concept of ShiftOS the Philips version, which is something that begins with hijacking by DevX and stuff. Free roam mode, which is basically sandbox where you can go to any commands available on ShiftOS. But as of now, to demonstrate how is ShiftOS going to shape in the future, we're going to do story mode. As I didn't have a copy or a save file of ShiftOS, at this current time, we can go to the new game. Are you sure? Yes. And then we can choose the chapter. As of now, the only available chapter is chapter 1, hijacked. Because as of the development, we are still developing chapter 1, the hijacked, and all of its requirement commands. Chapter 1 is all about command line and all of its ground up such as MS-DOS or Arch Linux without any additional program. Exploration is all about limited window manager, such as Microsoft Windows, the earlier versions, like version 1.x to 3.x. Chapter 3 is escaped. It is like Windows 95 or Windows 98 or early 90s and until late 90s operating system. Chapter 4 is all about the evolution of what's been exist, such as we see in Windows 7 and Ubuntu and macOS, etc. The chapter 5, Praetersensum, is something that's still in development and it is still in confidential. So as of now, we're going to do hijacked, and here's a warning. This include flashing images. So if you have an epileptic seizure or something like that, you can go away from this video or skip the following 10 seconds. As you can see, your computer has been hijacked and it will slowly fade into the black. And it is connected to null. Why is it called null? Because as you can see in the 0.0.x, ShiftOS has a creator. His name is DevX, and he is not going to reveal any identity soon, so it is null. So here there under user, congratulations, have been involuntarily selected for a test on my experimental operating system ShiftOS, and so on. You can read the intro of the story mode. So it will install ShiftOS in a few moments. Null has been disconnected and it is going to install ShiftOS. Everything from this point on is a subject to change, such as installing ShiftOS. It is probably going to display what's going to be installed in the future, not in 0.2.5. As of now, it is only installing ShiftOS. Oh, ShiftOS has been installed. There it is. We are in ShiftOS. As of now, it is only a command line operating system. It is nothing. Like nothing. If you want to type anything like what you're familiar in MS-DOS, such as it is not a correct file name or correct command, because the purpose of ShiftOS is evolving from a nothing like command line operating system into a fully feature-rich, fully customizable, fully graphical operating system. So at this point on, we still haven't got the tutorial, but I'll give you a tutorial of how to get your first time in ShiftOS. If you want to know what commands that are currently available in ShiftOS, you can type help and then press enter. and there are some of the commands that are currently available for ShiftOS. There are code points, colors, guess, help, reboot, shiftorium, shutdown, sue, and ver. In order to know how many code points, which is what is a code point? Code point is a currency in ShiftOS where you can get by playing certain games or certain tasks in ShiftOS, and then you get code points to be exchanged for an upgrade of features such as clear the screen, showing the manual of each command, support for read and write system, writing a text file within TextPad, and so on. To know what feature that are going to be available at this point in time in Shiftorium, you can type Shiftorium list. There it is. As you can see, ShiftOS key is available now on ShiftOS. In this point in time, there are no features that are available in ShiftOS. You have to unlock a key to get Shiftorium to display as many features as we want, because we need a key to unlock the potential of ShiftOS. As you can see with code points, sorry, I got the wrong one. Code point, I still have 0 code points available in my wallet. In order to get code points, one of the ways is to play guess the number, which is typing guess and then guess number between 1 and 50, and I'll get anything between 1 to 10 code points. As you can see, like guessing the number and stuff, it is like guessing the number. Okay, now I got 6 code points, so it is like eligible to upgrade or to install ShiftOS key. And now I can go to exit and then typing help and then Shiftorium list. There it is. I got ShiftOS key with 6 code points. And to know what is ShiftOS key, you need to type Shiftorium info and then the name of the upgrade. The name of the upgrade is in the left side of the upgrade, such as that key. And then 5 code points is how much the code points is needed to do the installation or the upgrade. So info key and then press enter, and then encryption key to unlock advanced terminal feature for ShiftOS. To install feature, you can type Shiftorium install and then the name of the installation such as key, and then press enter. It has been installed. So if I can type Shiftorium list, it is supposed to display more features that are capable to do the upgrade or installation. There it is. As you can see, I can get manual help manual and clear terminal screen, each for 10 code points and 20 code points correspondingly. At this point in time, ShiftOS is capable to do upgrades such as help manual and clear. In this point on, you'll probably see the concept of ShiftOS from nothing, like you cannot do anything, to possibly anything. So if I can demo, such as going to install, well, first I'm going to do manual command, which is man and then help. As you can see, it is bad command or wrong file name. But if I'm going to install Shiftorium install and then the man, which is the name of the upgrade, I press enter. If I type again man help, there it is. As you can see, it is capable to do the man commands. If I'm going to go to clear the screen, it is not capable now. But if I'm going to install Shiftorium install clear, which is the clear the screen, and the feature has been installed, and then if I type clear, there it is. You are capable to clear the screen on ShiftOS. ShiftOS in the beginning is supposed to look as unintuitive and is unusable as possible. And it's up to you to obligate yourself to upgrade ShiftOS from just nothing to everything. So if I go into Shiftorium list, there it is. We got 5 upgrades: username, custom host name, print terminal screen, time by seconds, and basic calculator. If I type BC, which is basic calculator, it is not capable at this point in time. But if I'm going to install Shiftorium, install basic calculator, and then press enter, there it is. If I type BC, and as you can see, I can do calculator on ShiftOS, such as 5.5 is 10, and 5 times 5 plus 15, it is 40, and etc. And typing exit will exit the program and go into ShiftOS. And then if going to Shiftorium list, and to change the username, you just simply go username and then shifter. But it is not capable as of now because you are not capable to do the upgrade for custom username. And if I'm going to type help, there are things that are added such as bc command, clear command, and man command, which is available on ShiftOS. And then as you can see on the 4, to get help on each command, you can type man and then command. In the previous time, we didn't get that. But at this time, because we are able, like we have installed the man command, it is displaying that as of now. So go into Shiftorium list, and then Shiftorium install username, and then username shifter. There it is. You can change the username to shifter. To display time, just type time, and then as you can see, it is nothing because you are still not capable to do time just yet. But if I'm going to install Shiftorium install time, oh, Shiftorium install S time because second time, and then going to time, there it is, 60,402 seconds passed since midnight. At first, time only displays as seconds passed since midnight, but if you go to Shiftorium list, there is an available upgrade for time by minutes. So if I'm going to install Shiftorium, install mtime, and then go into time again, it is 1,007 minutes passed since midnight. And again, Shiftorium list, and then Shiftorium install htime, and then going to type time again, it is now displayed in hours format, so 16 hours passed since midnight. Shiftorium list, and then there is PM and AM, so Shiftorium install PM AM, and then time, there it is now displayed as PM and AM format. Shiftorium list, and then now it is capable to display time by hours and minutes. So Shiftorium install HHMM, there it is. So I type time, it is now 16:47. Oh, there are other commands that are still capable to do the upgrade. So Shiftorium install print. Now I can type echo or print. So print ShiftOS is awesome. There it has been printed. So Shiftorium list. Oh, I got another commands capable to do the upgrade, such as date, reverse string, shift key, and terminal display driver. The terminal display driver is something that you need to unlock to get even more features on ShiftOS to be capable to do the upgrade. So if I type Shiftorium install term DSPDRV, and then features installed, Shiftorium list, there it is. We got some commands such as infobar, 2-bit color, and then shift fetch. So if we're going to install Shiftorium, install shift fetch, which is basically neo fetch, but it is neo fetch for ShiftOS, shift fetch. And then if I type, first type help, shift fetch is now available on help. So shift fetch, and it is supposed to now display ShiftOS with neo fetch. And then Shiftorium list, there are something it is terminal info bar. So Shift-Orium, install info bar, and then pressing enter, and then if we type info bar, there it is, we can turn on the info bar. If I type info bar on, there it is, we got info bar on ShiftOS. So we can change the color to anything that we can possibly do. So if I type clear, we can customize the color of the terminal to color 0A, so to get it in green, info bar color A0, so there it is now changed to that. And then there are a bunch of commands such as date, it displays date is 15th of November 2022, and then if you unlock all features, you can possibly push ShiftOS to its boundaries as far as possible, such as we are going to do calsay ShiftOS is great, there it is now calsay. And then textpad, which is writing a text file. Oh, I have to enter a command, or I have to enter a text file. Textpad testing.txt. There it is, we got textpad. And then help, this is very awesome. I cannot imagine this is a reality. And then if I saved the file, I got code points from writing a file. So getting code points is not only by guess the number or guess the word. You can get to do certain tasks such as writing a text documents. So now it is capable to do directory management or directory exploration. If we type cat testing.txt, there it is now displaying the text file. ShiftOS has so much potential to do the upgrade, so it's up to you to use your creativity to turn ShiftOS from just a boring text operating system into a fully customizable. So now we got info bar at down to display simple information such as the time and what programs are you in, how many code points, etc. If you want to contribute to ShiftOS, you can go to the GitHub and fork or clone the code and to contribute to us. If you want to join the community to expand ShiftOS even more, you can go to the Discord server and talk to us about ShiftOS. If you want to know more information about ShiftOS, you can subscribe to the ShiftOS TheRevival YouTube channel, or this channel if you are watching from the ShiftOS TheRevival YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next video, in the next dev update of ShiftOS 0.2.6. See you next time.